And welcome to Xing the Huddle with Dan and Jacob. I'm Dan.
And I'm Jacob. And today we're going to be talking about
Any given Saturday.
any given Saturday. But we're going to be back 2 weeks. We do apologize for not being here last week. Things happened. I was sick. I fell in a hole.
As one does.
As one does. You know. Shit happens. So we're going to do a quick rundown
Of 2 weeks ago.
of 2 weeks ago, which I can pull up the schedule.
The schedule.
Yes. My name is Leopold. I don't know. I fucking know what I'm talking-
Leopold?
That's what we're gonna go with.
Alright, so let's go with the Thursday game, Rice and Charlotte. I was totally right, by the way.
Let's go with the Friday game where I called. I was wrong about Rutgers, and I'll eat crow on that one. But I was right about Oklahoma State.
You were right about...
Shitting
Did
the
you
bed.
see?
We fired Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy is no longer employed at the University of Oklahoma State.
Don't color me shocked. They had a horseshit season last year.
And it didn't start well this season.
No, you lose to Tulsa in wherever the hell Oklahoma's Stillwater.
Stillwater.
Yeah.
So,
we got KU rolling West Virginia, which I called.
Yep. And then we got...
I think I also called the North Texas beating Army.
Yes, you did.
I had a bunch of weird hot takes.
In good fashion, Miami takes down Florida 26-7.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
We got the firing of Dabo Swinney probably coming up soon.
His press conference.
Syracuse blowing out. I wouldn't say blowing out by 13 points normally, but when you're playing Syracuse and you're Clemson in where the hell?
I think it was. Wasn't that
Death
Clemson?
Valley?
Yeah, it was at Death Valley.
Where do they play?
Is
Is it Clemson, South Carolina?
Yeah. You're right.
Is that? Yeah, it's Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I get confused with some of the college ones. Like some of them, I'm like Lawrence, Kansas. I know that one. Columbus, Ohio.
Norman, Oklahoma.
I know Norman. There's ain't no love in Oklahoma.
Huh.
It's a really good song, by the way, if you haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Let's check out. I think TCU, SMU. I think I called TCU winning that game, and you said SMU.
I did. I was on the SMU hype train, and I had to eat some crow this week.
And I was wrong, and I'm gonna eat some
Last week.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also eat some crow on this one because I'm pretty sure I said Utah was gonna upset, even though they were higher ranked, Texas Tech, and Texas Tech just rolled the Utes. It was bad.
It was close there until the third quarter, and then it was just all downhill. All downhill from there.
You got another couple ranked games. You got was it the border? Not the border war. It's the Civil War.
Oregon State.
Or what?
That wasn't a game.
No, that was
41-7.
That game was Oregon.
Yeah. And then we got the schizophrenic Arch Manning, who just goes out and scores 55 against Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. He's got to play his cupcakes up, but then when he plays a real team, he's like shits the bed.
And this is the game I want to talk about right here. Indiana.
I called this shit.
Smoked. It wasn't even close. They smoked.
If I remember
Illinois.
right, you said Illinois.
I did. I got to eat some crow on that one too.
And what was I talking about? The fighting Mendozas.
The fighting Mendozas. But,
63 to 10.
Yeah. If you would have said Indiana was going to win 63-10 last week, I would have put money on that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, you're crazy. But that's just me.
We got Vanderbilt blowing out Georgia State, which should have happened.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's looking good this year. One game I will eat some crow on. I'm pretty sure I had Michigan State upsetting USC. just because I'm not a big believer in USC.
Ever since Lincoln Riley arrived in Southern California, it's been horrible. He should have never left Oklahoma. He should have stayed where he was. He had a program already built, and he was all like, "Oh, USC, it's a big brand name. I'm going to go there and coach." He's not Pete Carroll.
I don't think Pete Carroll's Pete Carroll anymore.
But I'm just saying,
You see the Raiders this year?
he's not a national championship winning coach. He's just not.
No.
He's one of the better offensive coordinators. But Lincoln Riley needs to get away from head coaching position and become an offensive coordinator.
Speaking of USC, this is going to be kind of a weird segue. I was watching some of the game highlights over this last weekend, and there's a few teams that stick out to me in conference realignment.
Bronco from the chat. Anybody wonder what happened to that $18 million defense at LSU? Remy says Vegas was the real winner this past weekend. You're not wrong, Remy. You're not wrong. Every single top tier ranked team lost.
Upset Saturday
in the top 10 that were playing big games. Ohio State beat Washington, but Washington wasn't ranked. Then you had Oregon at Penn State. Oregon comes away with a last-second victory.
That pick was sick.
That pick was amazing.
Speaking of Oregon and Washington, and what I was trying to say, from conference realignment over the past few years, I have, from what I've seen, is you have these traditional West Coast teams, Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA, the new bloods in the Big Ten.
I'll give you that.
Two of those schools look like a Big Ten school.
Oregon and Washington.
Oregon and Washington. Two of those schools still look like a Pac-12 school. USC and UCLA. Now, don't get me wrong, USC is still a very strong football program, but I don't think you can just... They're a strong football program. Don't give me that face.
Their baseball team has more wins than their
You also play
football.
like triple the games, but...
You could take away 2/3 of the baseball wins, and they still have more wins than the football program in the last year.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like USC is traditionally a very solid football team.
Traditionally. But it's not Pete Carroll anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like they're a Pac-12 team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So they want to do like the veer and shoot offense where
It's so with me.
It's
if you look at it like this,
Big Ten.
The Pac-12 traditionally used to have defenses.
No, it was all fast.
No, their defenses back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was really good defenses. And they're not recruiting defensive players anymore.
No, because they want the highlights.
Yeah, they want those fast, like you just said, veer and shoot. But it's not. You can't do that in the Big Ten.
The only school that is successful with that style, but they recruit for it, Oregon. Oregon is a very, if you look at their core, what is it? They're big up front, and they're fast everywhere else. Just their players have always been, that's one thing I will say about Oregon over the past 20 years, is they've always been just a super fast team.
Ever since Chip Kelly.
And maybe a little bit before that.
Chip Kelly ran that hurry up offense, on the ball.
I will say this, from playing any school that was a Pac-12 school in college football 25 or 26, I fucking hate it because they only run hurry up. And it's just even if you're blowing them out, you could be up 80-0, and they're just quick get to the ball. And you're but why?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing if you look at the Big 12, some of these schools that went from the SEC, not SEC, my bad,
So the Pac-12 to the Big 10.
From the Pac-12 to the Big 12. It's kind of confusing saying it out loud. But, like...
Arizona State.
Arizona State. You got Utah. You got...
BYU's back.
BYU's back. But BYU, if you look at the original conference realignment, BYU was supposed to be in the original Big 12. So was Arkansas. Because they merged with the Southwestern Conference, which was like Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. The original Big 12, I guess it was the Big 8. Makes sense in my mind. Some of these conference realignments I don't quite understand. I get it. Like, you're looking for, like, TV marketing rights and stuff. But I saw a thing earlier that said Oregon was going to travel over this year for their away games. And back home, it was like 6,000 miles. And then somebody's like, imagine the Duck doing a push-up for every 100 miles they go. I'm about it, you know. Let's see that Duck get swole. But you got... There's like every conference has these weird outliers that just don't make sense. Like ACC, you got California teams. It's the Atlantic Coast Conference. Change your name.
They're just gonna call them the football conference.
You could call them All Coast Conference. Just saying.
Okay.
Big 12.
Tell me how you really feel.
I fucking hate North Carolina with a burning passion.
Has Bill Belichick gotten a win yet?
I think they won one game.
Was his girlfriend there?
Probably gave him sloppy toppy under the table.
Whoa, this is a children's show, sir.
She's like, here's a blue chew. Because you're gonna need it. Well, they've won 2 games.
Oh.
Against Charlotte and Richmond. They have won 0 games.
0 games against Power 5 or Power 4 opponents. Cool. I remember when I had my first beer.
Today or just in general?
Yes.
Hell yeah. But I think going into week 5, I think I have 3 storylines I want to cover.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go into week 5.
Let me do my little spiel that I was trying to do earlier. Week 5 or week 6, week 5 or 6.
It's 5.
Is it
5?
5?
5 was just 2 days ago.
Okay. Week 5, we got my big storylines. Florida State shits the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon is who we thought they were.
Are they?
Well, as it looks right now on paper, I think they are who we thought they were.
Okay.
And Georgia gets beat pretty badly by Alabama, even though I think that game went to overtime. If you watch the highlights, Georgia wasn't in that game. I could be wrong on that overtime.
All right. Well, let's break it down. First, Friday night game. Florida State travels to Virginia and shits the bed.
They shit the bed.
They were a 21-point favorite in that game?
I think it was more than that.
21-point favorite in
7. It was a 7-point game.
Wait, what? Well, yeah, it was a 7-point game. But...
No. Florida State was favored by 7 points.
Oh.
The over-under, the total, was 59.5. Double overtime.
Jesus, Virginia almost had all those points for the over.
Over-under. I mean, if you look at the game tracker, it was like just the box score. So it's like Virginia went up 7-0 first quarter. Then the second quarter was just like, what's a defense? It was 21-14. So I think going into halftime it was 21-21.
Yep.
And then it was 14 points total for the third and fourth quarter for both teams. So you have that. You go to overtime. First overtime, field goal battle. Second overtime, Virginia must have had the ball first. got a touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and then Florida State just shit the bed. Now, I know how much you like Tommy Castellanos, just because he was a
Boston College
guy. Not a good game.
Not a good game for Castellanos. It really wasn't. But Florida State, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope.
You play in a cupcake conference.
You do. The chances of you making the ACC championship
You
game
probably
is
won't
probably
win.
well because Clemson is 1-4.
Their big game is this weekend.
Yeah.
If you win this game, I think the rest of your schedule is probably pretty manageable.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna do a deep dive real quick into Florida State, they play number 3 Miami in Tallahassee. Now that's a Florida rivalry. I don't know if this is necessarily a school rivalry.
It is.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I figured, but I didn't know.
Yep.
That's probably going to be College game day. Is that
Probably. I don't know.
It's a 6:30 game.
Yeah, not with.
It's definitely going to be a big game.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game, but not with Florida State losing to Virginia.
Then their next game is the week after that. Pittsburgh comes to town. Ooh, Pittsburgh. And then they go to Stanford. Wake Forest comes to town. Then they go to Death Valley, which could be a weird trap game. It depends on how Clemson is that point in the season.
Are they schizophrenic and taking their medication?
Could be. Then they have West Virginia comes to town. And then their last 2 games are against NC State at NC State. And then they go to the Swamp. That's their last game, which I know is a rivalry.
Yep.
So, Florida State fans, you got a long season ahead of you. One loss does not define a team.
Scoot over a little bit.
I don't want to. Let me hold your pocket, too.
Yeah. Put your hand in there. I'll keep it warm.
Actually, Friday we had another upset on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Arizona State beats TCU 27-24.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. TCU was up 17-0
Yeah.
with not a lot of time left in the second quarter.
And then Arizona State pops off 2 rapid-fire touchdowns, and they go into halftime 17-14.
And then Arizona State comes out first or second drive of the third quarter out of half. And 17-17, they get a field goal. 12 play, 88 yards.
Yeah.
And then TCU answers back with a touchdown. Arizona State gets a touchdown with 1:50 left. They must have got the onside kick. Because 39 seconds later, my bad, they kick a 23-yard field goal and win the game.
Hey, Lauren.
Howdy. Let's go.
Let's just go down in order. So we got Ohio State traveling up to Washington. That game was dismal in the first 3 quarters.
From what I saw, because I watched the highlights, it just looked like Washington, the first half, was like, we're here to play.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, what's our offense? What's an
Coleman
offense?
had some good runs there in the first and second quarter. And their quarterback, I can't remember his name, he looked to be doing okay, and then he got sacked 6 times. And I don't know.
Damon Williams Jr.
Yeah, Damon Williams. He folded. He folded. The Ohio State pressure got to him, and it was all
you
over
had
after
McDonald that was just wreaking havoc back there all game. He went at 2.5 sacks.
4. I think he had 4.
Let me check. He had 2.
He had 2.
Curry had 3.
Curry had 3. Okay. Okay.
And then Jackson Jr. had 1. Total of 6 sacks.
Ohio State still ranked number 1 in the country.
Still ranked number 1. I like them there. Haven't lost yet, so I don't think there's any reason they should move down. You know,
And they're still beating opponents. Like, it was 24-6. Like,
18-point game.
yeah.
Not really that close.
Next, we got Oregon traveling to Happy Valley, winning in overtime 30-24.
They were not very happy after that.
They were not very happy. And then this game, I want to talk about this game. Number 13, Ole Miss gets LSU at home. And LSU lost in Brian Kelly fashion. By
He said didn't lose the first game of the year this season.
I'll give him that. But I think Brian Kelly's done. He is having trouble winning the big games. It took him, this is his 4th year as the head coach. It took him 4 years to win a season opener. I think it's time for him to move on. Like Bronco said in the chat, they had an $18 million defense, and Ole Miss puts up 24 points. They win 24-19. I understand it's a lot closer than what the score is, but is it really?
Do you think that it's what was that quote? The person that was last year or the year before that played Colorado. Do you think it's like a situation like that? Like they play for clicks, we play for stats or whatever?
They're out there playing for likes.
Yeah, I can't remember the quote, but
That was Dan Lanning.
was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Dan Lanning when Colorado went up to Oregon.
It's like they're playing for likes, we're playing for stats or
Something like that. I don't. Ole Miss at this point is my front runner to win the SEC.
Let's
There's nobody else, man. I understand that Alabama just beat Georgia, and we're going to talk about that right now. Alabama goes into Kirby Smart's home field and wins 24-21. Not in overtime.
Let's do a quick rundown because I want to talk about, the chances for Ole Miss winning the SEC. Their next game is against Washington State.
Oh, that's a win. Is it at Washington State?
No, it's in Ole Miss.
Oh, that's, a double-digit win.
Then their next 2 games are their only ranked games
Left?
on the season.
They just played LSU.
Besides LSU. My bad. They go on the road to Georgia.
Okay.
And then they go on the road to Oklahoma.
Do they play Alabama?
No. They play South Carolina, the Citadel. SEC needs to.
No, that changes. That changes next year.
I'm
They go to a 9-game conference schedule.
Very happy about that because I'm tired of these big SEC schools having a random cupcake towards the end of the season.
Yep.
You schedule that shit at the beginning of the season. Then they play Florida at home, and then they go on the road to Mississippi State. I do not see them. Worst case scenario, they go 10-2.
I think 11-1, and I'm going to tell you this right now.
I don't think they lose to Oklahoma.
The toss-up game is probably Georgia.
Yeah,
That's probably the only toss-up game they have.
because they go to Athens.
Yeah, but at fucking Alabama just went to Athens. It's not hard to win at Athens, apparently, as long as your name's Alabama.
Well, I mean, I was talking about somebody else at work about this.
Hell, Kentucky. Didn't Kentucky just get down there and give Georgia a run?
I think so. Let me find the score real quick. I'm going to check their schedule if I can find them. There we go. Georgia. So Kentucky plays them next week.
Next week. Okay.
It was, so they beat Marshall, Austin Peay, 28-6. Ooh. Overtime, they beat Tennessee 44-41.
I'm going to tell you right now, Tennessee should have won that game because of that field goal.
Then they played Alabama at home. Then they played Kentucky also at home.
That's right, Bronco.
Is the SEC weaker than we thought?
I think there's 3 title contenders in the SEC right now. Ole Miss is at the top of my list right now. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Tennessee. We're going to see what the third Saturday in October looks like when Tennessee has to go down to Alabama. But those are my three contenders right now. It wouldn't be shot in the dark to say Ole Miss plays Tennessee in the SEC championship game.
Now, this is going to sound crazy because at the beginning of the season, I think we said Texas and Georgia.
I didn't have Texas in there at all.
Somewhere around, like a lot of people had Texas, Georgia in the title game.
Texas has to find an identity first.
They need to find a quarterback that's not schizophrenic.
Yeah. Or the head coach needs to make sure he's taking his meds.
Now, as a Colts fan, I will say this. I want Arch Manning to do well just because Peyton.
I don't.
But I don't think he can succeed in Texas.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing the Manning name.
Well, you're going to have one as a quarterback for a long time.
No.
That's why I like football, because Peyton Manning.
You can be friends with Peyton or Eli.
I never liked Eli.
I'm not going to. But top of my list right now, Ole Miss and Tennessee in the SEC. That's what I like.
Is this gonna be our way too early predictions for the conferences, the Power 4 conferences this week?
Yeah. SEC, Ole Miss, Tennessee.
Okay. This is gonna sound crazy.
Lauren says, "Yeah, another Colts fan." Oh God, they're multiplying.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna assume that was a good because you put an exclamation point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've been a Colts fan since I was 9, and I grew up in Kansas City.
Man, I've been a Saints fan since the 80s. You don't know what hurt looks like.
If you had Anthony Richardson as a quarterback, you'd know what hurt feels like.
If your team never made it to the Super Bowl until 2008?
2009.
2009.
I still hate Sean fucking Payton. Onside kicking at halftime. What the fuck? Anyway, my way too early predictions for the SEC. I think I also would say that I think Ole Miss has a legitimate chance to get into that. But my other one is, I think people are going to call me crazy. My dark horse, Vanderbilt. I don't know. I really like Vanderbilt.
Heck, yeah. Vanderbilt shocked the world 2 years in a row.
Let's look at their schedule real quick.
Because Vanderbilt has to go down to Alabama this year.
Any given Saturday. Vanderbilt's 5-0.
Yeah.
They're currently ranked 16th in the nation. Ooh.
Yeah, the remainder of their schedule looks ugly.
They go to Alabama this week.
Yep.
Then LSU comes to town. Then Missouri goes to town.
Yep.
Then they go to Texas.
What?
And then Auburn and Kentucky come into town. And then the last game of the season they go to Tennessee. Okay, I'm gonna fucking retract that one. I didn't look at their schedule first. I'm just optimistic. Okay.
All right, so from the chat, what about this Indiana versus Oregon game coming up on the 11th? Any predictions on what you think Oregon will get beat? So,
where's the game?
Oh, I think it's in Bloomington.
If it's in Bloomington, I think it's going to be an offensive shootout because this Indiana offense looks.
No,
fucking-
no. The game is Indiana has to go to Oregon. But I'm going to tell you this right now.
Right now, they got the spread, or they got the
Over under.
whatever, 10.5 for Oregon. 51.5 points. It's currently number 8 versus number 2.
Is Indiana the same team that they were last year?
I don't know. They look
And we're just not seeing it because
Well, here's the other crazy thing.
yeah, it's at Autzen. That's right.
It's
You're
at
absolutely
Autzen.
right.
Indiana plays a game this weekend.
Yeah.
Because the game's next week.
Yeah.
Or no, they don't. Both are on bye. Never mind.
Oh, both teams are on bye. They
Both
got
teams
2
are
weeks to prepare for each
Both
other.
teams are on bye. Give me Indiana.
Oh, fuck. It's hard to bet against Kurt Signetti. It really is. But it's also hard to bet against Dan Lanning.
Yeah, but they just so Oregon definitely needed this bye week
Yeah.
because they got, let's be honest, they got beat up in Penn State. That's Big Ten football.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of teams that go in there that don't get beat up at Happy Valley.
Exactly, but it's like Big Ten football.
Yeah.
It's like you play Ohio State, you're going to have some bump and bruises.
The only
next week.
thing that would make this game better, this Oregon-Indiana
Like
game,
a neutral site.
no, is if it was played in November.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing to make this game better if it was played in
It
November.
better be a night game.
Oh. So from the chat, I take Indiana also, but Oregon is pretty solid. They are pretty solid, but they still don't have an identity. They really haven't faced a top 10 defense other than Penn State. And Indiana's going to take them probably. It's hard for me to bet against Kurt Signetti. It really is. He's probably one of the best coaches in the nation right now.
Just from the fact that Indiana came out of literally nowhere last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then made the playoff.
Made the playoff, and then they lost to
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, who eventually got.
I'm gonna tell. I'll say this right. Did you watch that Indiana Notre Dame game?
I did.
They score, kick an onside kick, get the ball back, score again, and all they had to do was kick another onside kick. That game was won. And when he kicked the ball, I was all like, "They've got it, they've got it." And there was a late, because he came down, and then when his knee hit the turf, he got hit and he fumbled the ball, and I was all like, "That to me, he's down." But they said that he was not in the full motion. Oh, if you were a cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader. All right, so and then we got Illinois goes out to USC goes into Illinois
Champagne.
into Champaign and loses 34-32. Notre Dame, I would say squeaks away, but it was 56-13 against Arkansas.
That's a squeak.
Yeah, that's a squeak. And then BYU over Colorado. Colorado moves to 2-3.
Yep.
And BYU moves to 4-0.
So that gives us another good segue into our way too early predictions for the Big 12. Who you got?
Who do I have?
Because I'm pretty sure I think it was either you or me or both of us said that at the beginning of the season, it was like Iowa State, K-State. And
I think I did say K-State.
K-State got the curse of Dublin.
They did. Who do I got? You know what? After seeing Texas Tech play, it would not shock me if they made it into the conference championship. And give me BYU. Texas Tech, BYU.
Texas Tech, BYU. I kind of like that. I still think Iowa State has a really solid chance. Just because outside of like a few random games, like they play some hard teams. I think they play KU and Lawrence. And
So the games they have remaining are at Cincinnati, at Colorado, BYU, Arizona State at home, at TCU, KU in Lawrence, and at Oklahoma State, which if
So-
they're still running that
well,
Mike Gundy offense. This is for Iowa State. This is a manageable schedule. The only thing that I could see, they have to play back-to-back ranked teams in BYU and Arizona State. But trap game against KU, yeah, no.
now hear me out. No one's out of it necessarily yet, except for K-State. The Big 12 is always weird. Like, it's just like you'll have like, oh, these super big schools, and then you have some random school like last year. Who are the teams that everyone's like, oh, these teams are gonna be in the Big 12 championship, and then who upset them?
Arizona State.
No, KU.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like KU won like 4 of their last 6 games.
Yeah. Didn't KU beat Arizona last year?
No, they beat Colorado, Iowa State, and then BYU like back to back weeks, and BYU was undefeated. And I think Colorado was also pretty highly ranked. And then,
Given how many top 10 teams fell or were tested this past week, for example, Oregon's win in double overtime or Alabama's bounce back versus Georgia, which team do you think is most vulnerable moving forward? The team that's
Alabama.
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 Alabama is the most vulnerable moving forward just because of how their schedule folds out for right now. They got undefeated Vanderbilt coming in this week. And then next week, do they have a bye next week? And then they have Tennessee coming in.
I think so.
And then, like, it's...
Just the SEC is so hard to predict.
Yeah.
Because other than like a few random outliers, all the teams are hard nosed. We're gonna play you hard every game.
And you know we haven't seen...
Other than like Kentucky and Arkansas.
You know what team we haven't saw do that this week or this year? Georgia.
Yeah. No, Georgia hasn't really had a big win.
They haven't. They let Austin Peay score 6 points on them when they only scored 24.
Yeah.
They only won against Marshall by 17. After seeing how the underdogs pulled off big wins in this past week, do you think we're looking at a season where the college football playoff race could finally have a true dark horse team sneak in? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely dark horse team. Vanderbilt.
What's my motto? What do I always say?
Any given Saturday.
Any given Saturday, and that applies to any week, any game, anything. No team is safe. There are no gimmies.
Nope, there's not.
In this sport, especially with all these NIL deals and such. Now you're gonna have some that are like, that's a gimme. Like when Ohio State played, who was it this year? They like beat the brakes off of them.
Oh, Grambling.
Grambling State, yeah. Now you're gonna have some where it's like, this team is on paper has no snowball's chance in hell. But once you get into conference play, if it takes one crazy thing to happen for a team that's like, oh, hey, we got, like, this is why upsets are a thing. It's like Appalachian State and Michigan, 2007, 2006.
2006, I think. Might have been 2007.
You go into that game, not a single fucking person, unless you're a diehard Appalachian State fan, where it's like, Appalachian State's going to beat Michigan.
Here's the real question.
And that's why college football's great, though.
Yeah. I want you to go back for Vanderbilt and look at when DJ Pavia was not there. Diego Pavia. When Diego Pavia was not there, how many wins did they have in a 5-year span?
Not many, I think.
10 probably total.
It's probably more than 10. For 5 years?
I'm giving them 2 a year, man. They play in the SEC. They were not good for a long time. Diego Pavia shows up, beats Alabama.
That was such a good game.
It was such a good game. Beats Alabama.
They threw that goalpost in the river. It was great.
And then you see this snowball effect of wins for Vanderbilt. And now, if you would have told me 5 years ago that this year Vanderbilt would be undefeated going into Alabama week, I'd have been like,
is it week 1?
yeah, is it week 1? Like, did they get the week 0 blues or something? Like, and if you would have told me that Alabama would have already had a loss, and to Florida State after Florida State comes off of a 2-win season the year before,
Dublin curse.
like, that's why I love college football. After this past week's upsets and close calls, do you think the playoff race will be decided more by strength of schedule or just win-loss record?
That's a hard question.
That depends on your
It's kind
conference.
of a loaded question,
That
too.
depends on your conference. Let's just be honest. It depends on your conference. If you're not the Big Ten or the SEC, nobody really gives a shit.
Now, hear me out here. From somebody who is a fan of a school that's in a Power 4 conference that isn't the Big Ten or SEC. I'm also an Ohio State fan, but my true love's KU. If you had, let's say, a 10-2 KU team, like they went out the rest of the season, they don't somehow make the Big 12 championship because they lost one game in conference, and let's say some other school in the conference is like, they maybe lost like 1 or 2 games before, in the conference alignment.
Yeah.
Or conference play, I said alignment. So, like, let's say Arizona State, hypothetically, goes undefeated in conference, and then BYU goes undefeated in conference, which would kind of blow my other thing I just said out of the water, but hypothetically. And those two teams play in the Big 12 championship, and one loses, and the one that loses is the lower ranked. Well, that automatic bid goes to
The winner.
the winner.
And
You're
and
telling
if you're
me-
hold on, if you you have to add this in too. If you're not part of the Big Ten or the SEC, you're not guaranteed that extra spot.
Yeah.
So, the loser of the Big 12 championship game could be the first fucking team out,
Could be.
and it's absolutely shitty.
I honestly, I think they should kind of rework how it goes. Like, because you have 12 playoff spots. 12 or 14? The 14?
It fucking changes every year.
Regardless, if it's 12 or 14, maybe go to 14. You have your Big 10, SEC, ACC, and Big 12. Am I getting roasted?
No, you're not. You're gonna love the next question though. Keep going.
So you have your winners, obviously, your automatic bids. You have your Big 10, ACC, Big 12, SEC.
Mhm.
Then you have your group of 5.
Mhm.
The best group of 5, highest ranked, gets in automatically, and then it's basically ranked from that. I think they should change it to...
I think the best group of 5 last year was Boise State, right?
I think so. Yeah, they made it, didn't they?
Yeah, because they were one of the. Didn't they have a bye week?
No, they got beat in the first round.
Who beat them?
I'm pretty sure they got rolled by, like... It wasn't Oregon. Was it Penn State?
Oh yeah, Penn State. No, Penn State rolled over SMU.
Maybe they wasn't Notre Dame, wasn't Penn State,
Wasn't Oregon.
wasn't Oregon because they had a bye.
Wasn't Arizona State because they had a bye.
Ohio State played the first one.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Who the fuck?
Because I know Indiana
20,
played Notre Dame.
24. Boise State didn't make it. No, they did.
Yeah,
They had a bye though.
yeah, because they were one of the top 4.
They were number 3. And they did get rolled by Penn State.
Oh, did they?
So it was SMU, Penn State, Indiana, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Ohio State, Clemson, Texas.
Yeah. Nope.
But like you should have, in my opinion, it should be your conference, your best in your conference goes to the playoff because it makes sense, you know. And then you should have like, because there are so many other teams, the next best record from those Power Four conferences.
This is how
So
I
it's
think
like
that-
it's like hypothetically, like I said, let's say you go 10-2, you win all your non-conference games, and you lose like 2 conference games, but you're 10-2. And let's say you have a school that's like also 10-2 going into the Big 12 championship. They lose their game, they're now 10-3. That 10-2 team bumps up,
Yeah.
better record, higher winning percentage.
Hmm.
And then so you have like obviously your 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So what happens if you have a theoretically a 10-2 team and a 10-2 team play for
In
the conference championship
Yeah.
game? One of them loses, but the 10-3 team now has a better win on a different ranked opponent.
I don't think you have strength.
You have to put in strength of schedule.
I think that would affect into seeding.
Okay.
Like,
I think that you should just be like, look, the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 all automatically get one
like they
right
do.
off the rip. Whoever wins your conference championship game, they're in. And then after that, it's who's the highest ranked
Yeah.
after December 7th or December 8th or whatever it is this year.
I'm okay with that. I mean, isn't that how it's supposed to be?
That's no, because like the SEC and the Big Ten are like, well, we want 3 automatic bids.
No, you shouldn't have. You should have one automatic bid. Doesn't matter about conference, prestige,
And hear it out. If you really want to make the college football playoff, schedule better teams. Stop playing the Citadel.
Well, it's like the only like weird one to that is let's say you don't play in a super powerhouse conference. It used to be a powerhouse conference 10, 15 years ago. Like the ACC. You win the ACC. They're like, but your schedule's like, oh, you played Duke, you played NC State, you played Pittsburgh, Wake Forest. That shouldn't be held against you if you win your conference.
All right.
Maybe against seeding, like you're 1, 2, or 3, or 4.
All right.
Like you go off your like overall. But like,
And I do think that the number 1 team in the country should have, I want to say, an easier path if your strength of schedule was good.
the number 1 country.
You think about it like this.
Number 1 country. Number 1 team in the country didn't have an easy path last year.
Oh no, they
shit the bed.
well,
Nothing makes me happier than what I thought. I'm pretty sure I watched
nothing made me happier than
Dylan Gabriel cry.
No, nothing made me happier than watching Ohio State beat Tennessee in good fashion. And then I looked
the doors
I
off.
looked over and I was like, this right here is what we were missing all year long. And then the Oregon game happens and I'm like,
Wasn't it like 35-7 or 8 going
it was
into
28-7 going into halftime.
It wasn't even close.
No. And I was like, we're going to win the Natty. Like, at that point, when we beat Oregon, I was like, oh, we're going to be... I was like 35-17. I think it was the final score.
I think it was a little closer than that. I want to say it
No,
was
because the closest game in the playoff was the Notre Dame game. he's looking up the stats.
"41 to 21." 41-21. It wasn't even close.
No.
So what was the question that you said? I'm gonna love
All right,
this question.
so from the chat, which head coach impressed you the most with their game plans this past weekend, and which coach left you questioning their decision making? Dabo Sweeney. He's gonna get fired this year. Dabo
You
Sweeney.
about to lose your job.
He's gonna be coaching in Charlotte State.
Uh,
Dabo Sweeney. I'm pretty sure. Let me go to.
which coach surprised me?
Oh, look.
Virginia's coach.
Clemson Tigers are in last place in the ACC, below Boston College.
But like to your question, which coach surprised me? Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Yep.
Virginia.
100%.
And then which coach do I think shit the bed? Honestly, I think it's the same game
No.
because Dabo Sweeney's been down all year.
Yeah.
Like you can't keep kicking him; he's already down. I mean, you can because I really want to, but like honestly, you're fucking Florida State. You're like what, the number 6 team in the nation?
Yeah, 100%. Virginia surprised me also. Yes, 100%.
Like you're the number 16 or 6. You're the number 6 team in the nation. 6 team, 16. That's hard. Okay, words are hard.
Words are just constructs. They don't control us.
Can't read. You're like highly ranked, and you shit the bed. My other one to that, Kirby Smart.
Oh.
Kirby Smart.
Alabama did not change their game plan from the year before.
Yeah, and we're big. We're SEC schools. We're cousin fucking motherfucker. Never mind.
Whoa. This is a children's program.
You have said fuck at least 20 times already.
Shut the fuck up.
You fuck off. Yeah. What we gonna do about that one?
You know, Virginia's coach did surprise me.
You haven't hit your vape yet this turn.
Yeah, I know. But Virginia is now 4-1, and Georgia Tech is
And ranked.
5-0, both ranked. Georgia Tech 17th and Virginia 24th. Could we be seeing the ACC championship game being
No.
leveled out? No. You just don't want Virginia to be in there, right?
I want Virginia to be in there. As long as Clemson's not in, I'm cool with it.
No, I said Georgia Tech and Virginia.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But like, I think what we're honestly seeing in the conferences lately, it's kind of the changing of the guards for 3 of the 4. The SEC, who was it always? It was always Georgia, Alabama. Georgia, Alabama. It was just, I'm fucking tired of Alabama.
Well, the question after this weekend's action, do you think parity is growing in college football, or are the same powerhouse programs still clearly running the show? It's
Depends
parity.
on your conference.
Yeah, it's parity. The teams that have been shitty for so long are getting better. The Vanderbilts, the Wake Forests,
the KUs.
the KUs.
You know, you got like
Once you're able to play your players, it's kind of like you can be competitive.
I watched a video. I don't know if I talked about this last week or the week before, or if I talked about it at all. But I watched a video, and it was like Kansas had the worst stretch for like 10 years. I think they went like they had like their winning percentage was like 0.2. It might have been lower. I think it was like 0.158. They had like 3 seasons where they didn't win a game. They had 3 seasons where they won 1 game. They had 1 season where they won like 2. There was one where they won like 4. And a lot of it has to come down to who's your coach. Do you have a coach that is capable of doing that?
And there's very few of them right now in college football that can achieve that.
How many active coaches in Division I football have a national championship under their belt? 3?
3.
Ryan Day.
Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart.
Dabo Swinney.
That was 4.
Who?
Lance Leipold. He's got 6.
That's
You said that
okay.
earlier.
19.
19?
Yeah, 19 coaches have active national championships at the fucking FCS level. Would you like to?
But you said that.
I'm just saying.
You said that
In
same
the
thing.
FBS, there's only 3 coaches that have active national champions right now. And that's Ryan Day, Kirby Smart, and Dabo Swinney. Or Christopher.
What the fuck is
What's his real name? I think it was like Christopher something.
William Christopher Dabo Swinney?
Yeah.
Sounds like a southern aristocrat.
Sounds like him and his mother and father are cousins.
But I'm pretty sure you said that at one other, like either we were talking out loud or it's like there's only 4 active head coaches in the Power 4 conferences that have a championship.
There's a national championship. There's only 3.
And I said those 3, and then you're like Lance Leipold.
Yeah, but
That's the only reason I said that, because he does.
he technically has a national
Get
championship.
6 in a row. I'm
with
pretty
the
sure.
chaos, with the chaos this past week, do you think the playoff field should expand sooner rather than later?
Yes.
Or is 4 teams still the best way to crown a champion? No. I think it should be 16.
I think
it should just go to 16.
no. I'm thinking.
Let's just be honest. After
So
you're 16th ranked, you're getting down into 3 and 4 lost teams.
24.
No. That's 7 extra games.
Yeah, revenue.
That
162.
just how about we just start the college football season as a March Madness tournament?
Yes. I'm about it. I'm about it.
All your rivals are played in week 1. Sorry, Notre Dame.
Well, then you got to pick your biggest rival.
I'll play Michigan week 1. Give me all summer to prepare for Michigan. Yeah.
Kind of stomp some ass.
Yeah.
It's like, speaking of rivalries,
I'm gonna have to take fucking Sharon Moore to the dry cleaner.
if he's not suspended week 1,
Okay, good kid.
don't sign still.
Yeah.
And get caught
Yeah.
pretty badly. And then speaking of college football, I'm very excited for tomorrow. If anybody has Hulu, guess what comes out on Hulu tomorrow? Chad Powers.
Chad Powers.
I'm going to watch that shit.
Yeah, Chad Powers.
I've been watching way too much of King of the Hill lately. I need something different.
I've been watching American Dad.
Good morning, USA.
All right, so let's get into the predictions for this week. Let's go with a Thursday, October 2nd game. Sam Houston at New Mexico State. Sam Houston.
Yeah.
All right. Georgia has doubt their opponent, but after Oklahoma upset win this weekend, who do you think is more likely to make a deep playoff run, Georgia? Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's one of my... I guess we never talked about 2 other conferences with our conference prediction. ACC, I don't care.
I got Georgia Tech and Virginia.
I got Miami and Virginia.
You know, Georgia Tech's got to play both of those teams, right?
They're going to lose both of
I
them.
don't think so.
And then the Big Ten. Who do you got in the Big Ten, Dan?
Oh, if I had to make a prediction today, Ohio State, Oregon.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. Ohio State, Indiana. I think Indiana beats Oregon.
Oh, man, you're right.
The Mendoza.
It's hard to bet against Dan Lanning, though, but it's also hard to bet against Kurt Signetti. But the game's in Autzen, right?
Any given Saturday. Home field is not a home field advantage anymore.
I'm going to tell you right now, if
you're
Indiana, hold on, if Indiana goes up to Autzen in 2 weeks, because they both got a bye week this week, if Indiana goes up to Autzen and wins, I will do something on stream. I don't know what yet.
I'm going to dye his hair pink.
Maybe.
I'll buy the hairspray. We'll do the hairspray.
Okay.
You do it on stream. I can't do it because I have to follow.
Don't you wear a hat?
Not at work.
Lame.
I mean, I do wear a hat,
but no. So
here's this: if Indiana beats Oregon, you dye your hair pink, just with the spray hair shit.
okay.
Because I think that can wash out.
Spirit Halloween's open.
If Oregon beats Indiana, I will buy an Oregon shirt, and because I can't dye my hair.
You are not allowed to wear an Oregon shirt in my house.
What about a hat?
Not even a hat.
What about just a hat?
If it has an O on it and it's not the block O,
what if it's a
it's
duck?
No, it's not coming.
What if
in
it's
here.
just a duck?
I will kick you in the gonads.
What's my punishment? Chat, what's my punishment? What's our punishment? Chat, you decide. Because I can't dye my hair because of work.
Yeah. I can dye my hair because of work, because now I work from home. Oh, painting the toenails on stream. Gotta paint your toenails on stream. That's not part of your work uniform.
How hard is it to get it off your fingers?
You use fucking acetone to get it off, dude.
Take
You have a sister.
I have 4
I have like 70.
sisters.
Yeah, like... My brother might as well be my sister.
Alright, we'll do this. Just so you can see it, so you don't have to see my gross feet. I'll paint my fingernails green.
Oh, you gotta paint your toes, not the nails. Just the whole toe.
Just be like, I'm not that flexible, guys. I don't know if you've seen me.
You want me to do it for you?
Just like, I can't even.
I don't think you're in the camera.
I can't.
Nope.
Can't go higher than that.
Nope.
I think I just pulled my groin.
You need to start walking more.
How many steps you at today, Dan?
Dan is... I love Dan's figure.
You get an extra bowl of Fruit Loops.
I like how Dan looks. I don't want to change anything about myself. I want to throw up in my mouth.
Just because he's talking shit about how many steps I have.
Okay, so you have to paint your fingernails, and it has to be with green with glitter.
Deal.
Okay. For the ducks. Has to be green with gold glitter for the ducks.
Does Shara have green finger paint?
No.
Damn, I gotta go buy it. Do you think they sell that at Walmart?
Can you use Amazon, like, Oregon Ducks fingernail polish?
Does anybody have glitter? Does Pam have glitter?
No.
Fuck. But I'm gonna do green.
Okay.
I don't know about glitter. That might be kind of hard. I don't know. I've never painted my fingernails before.
Want me to do it for you? I got 9 scissors.
Is that the punishment? You paint my fingernails, I color your hair?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Should I do it red for Indiana, or we do pink? Still doing pink?
If Indiana loses, I will paint my hair green.
So we're both having a punishment.
Yeah.
So am I just painting my fingernails anyway?
Yeah. You're gonna paint your no. If Oregon wins, then you don't have to do nothing. But if Indiana wins,
But I said
think,
Indiana.
Yeah, I think you should do. What is it? Maroon,
This is burgundy.
burgundy. Sure.
It'd be an easy one.
Yeah. I think I got burgundy upstairs. If you want to borrow some.
The bar burgundy.
Borrow some of my burgundy stuff. All right, so let's get down to some of these games. Friday we got Colorado State at San Diego State.
Ooh. San Diego State.
West Virginia at BYU.
Give me BYU because they did not show up to play against KU.
Okay. Kentucky at Georgia. 11 a.m. on ABC.
Georgia. Kentucky's a dumpster fire season. They're probably going to fire their head coach.
Dabo Swinney has went 1-4 and he's still not fired.
No, Kentucky's went 2-2. They beat Toledo, lost to Ole Miss, beat Eastern Michigan, and then lost to South Carolina.
Gross.
And they do not have an easy schedule. They got Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech randomly in the middle of the season.
That changes next year.
Georgia's favored by 20.5. I think it's going to be closer than that. I think Georgia's a fraud this season.
I think Kentucky. It's going to be a close game. I think Georgia still wins it, but I think give me 28-21 Georgia.
I think Georgia covers the spread, honestly.
I don't.
I got it like 42-7. I'm not very big on Kentucky this year.
Okay. Wisconsin at Michigan. Another dumpster fire.
Wisconsin.
You're going to take Wisconsin. Wisconsin is 2-2. They have lost their last two. They beat Miami, Ohio, and Middle Tennessee State University. And then they lost to Alabama and lost to Maryland.
I can't, without throwing up in my mouth, say. Who do you got? Who you got?
That team up north.
Okay. Well, then I think we're in agreement because I just don't like them.
Yeah. So here's a trap game. Illinois at Purdue.
Give me Illinois, but don't color me surprised if they get upset. Just because it's Purdue, and that's what they do. Because what the hell is a Boilermaker?
Obviously, it's a person who makes boilers.
That makes sense.
Obviously.
Let's do another one real quick. We got...
Next one, hold on.
No.
Boston College at Pitt.
Boston College.
I mean, Boston College.
Uh,
Oh, here you go. The Battle of the Losers. Clemson at North Carolina.
now, it depends. They got Clemson favored by 14.
Clemson shouldn't be favored by anything.
I think Bill Belichick's girlfriend's going to coach that win, and I think UNC is going to win.
You know what? I'll go with that.
Battle of the cursed team that played in Dublin. K-State goes to Baylor.
Give me Baylor. Give me the 6.5. I think that Baylor wins 14-6.
The spread is 61.5.
No, that's the over/under.
Is that what have I been saying the wrong thing the whole time?
Yeah. ESPN has it at 62.5.
CBS has it at 61.5.
Okay. Ooh. We have Air Force going at Navy.
Give me Navy because I got buddies that are in the Navy.
Are they seamen?
Aren't everybody in the Navy a seaman?
Oh, because Navy's got like seamen, airmen, firemen.
I know my buddy, he's stationed out in Seattle. And he's like he works in an office. That's all I know. He's like a E5.
Okay. Wake Forest at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is a 6.5-point favorite.
Give me Wake Forest.
Okay, I'm not upset with that.
Texas at Florida.
Okay, so let's talk about this real fast because, again, Florida gets the short end of the stick. So they opened up against Long Island with a win, 55-0. Then they lose to South Florida, LSU, Miami. They have two more ranked games, number 9 Texas and number 6 Texas A&M. Then they got Mississippi State. And then they got ranked Georgia, unranked Kentucky, ranked Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State. They played all of their games against ranked opponents except for 3. Long Island obviously wasn't ranked. South Florida wasn't ranked. And Mississippi State and Kentucky isn't ranked.
My question is,
Do they end up like Florida State?
do they end up like Florida State? But does Arch Manning rise to the occasion? Because every team that he's played that's been a serious team, he's shit the bed. Florida is no slouch. They just have a really tough schedule. Does Florida upset Texas?
This is the whole thing that I have to go against right now, right? They played the number 3, the number 4, the number 9, the number 6, the number 12, the number 4, the number 15, the number 18 team in the country.
As of right now.
There's not a lot of teams out there that could compete with that right now. Ohio State from last year? Possibly. Ohio State from 2014? Absolutely. Alabama from, what was it, 2019? Yeah. Like, there's not a lot of teams out there
that are built for that.
I personally don't see Texas getting beat by Florida.
It is in the swamp.
It's in the swamp. So they got to go down to Gainesville. And it's not an easy place to play.
And I think the spread's only 6.5. And it's supposed to be raining apparently.
Yeah, like he said, it changes things a bit. It really does. Like last year, Florida had the hardest schedule. This year, Florida has the hardest schedule. Next year, Florida has the hardest schedule. I'm not even joking. And they haven't even added their 9 teams on who they're going to be playing in the conference. So, I don't give a shit what anybody says. If Florida makes the playoff,
good for them.
Good fucking job. But right now, as it stands, being fucking 1-3, about to be 1-4, probably 1-5 after Texas A&M gets a hold of them, and their next win coming at Mississippi State, like, that's 2-6, man. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2-7, or 2-5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2-5. They'll be 2-5.
But
going into week 8 versus Georgia.
But wouldn't it just be the funniest thing if Florida upsets Texas?
It would be. Yeah, it's a hard schedule, Emery. It really is. Like, there's not a lot of college football teams out there that can compete with a schedule like this of playing this many ranked teams. Like, and they're not just all from the SEC. Like, Florida State and Miami are both from the ACC, and they're ranked. Miami's number 4, and Florida State's number 18. But they still have Ole Miss left. Ole Miss is probably going to wipe a stain. Like, and they have to play at Ole Miss. Like, and right now, I have Ole Miss going to the SEC championship game.
For my bold prediction of the week, give me Florida. They're the home team.
Do you think? And I'm gonna ask you this consciously. Do you think DJ Lagway has any hope against throwing against that Texas secondary?
No, but he has a chance of running.
I don't think so. Their edge rushers are some of the best in the fucking nation. It's hard for me to pick. If it was anybody but Texas, probably. But Texas's defense is too good. They held Ohio State to 14 points. Let's just bring them up real fast.
Yeah, but their problem isn't their defenses. Their problem is their inconsistent offense.
Right. So, their only loss is to Ohio State. So, they've allowed...
And who are their other three games against?
Hold on. San Jose, UTEP, and Sam Houston.
Okay,
But
3 cupcakes.
But you got to think about it like this. They've only allowed 24 total points through 4 games.
And most of those are against Ohio State.
No. They only scored 7 against Ohio... 14 points. No, 14, 21. 31 points through 4 games. They've allowed 31 points through 4 games. Ohio State has allowed 22. They've allowed 22 points. Texas's defense isn't a slouch.
No, they're
by
not.
any means.
But
if they beat Texas, there's no way they beat Texas A&M the next week. There's just no way. That's going to be a physical game against Texas. Texas A&M is going to come in, or no, they have to go to Texas A&M. So they got to play where the home of the 12th man.
My things that bring me to thinking that Florida has a snowball chance in hell in this game is that, one, it's at home. It's supposed to be raining. It's Florida. I think it rains every day.
3 o'clock. You can set your time to it.
2, Arch Manning hasn't shown me anything definitively that he is capable of beating a Power 4 school. All 6 of his wins that he's ever had have been against cupcakes, basically. He kind of shit the bed against Ohio State. Just a lot of inaccurate throws. You give that guy any pressure, he folds like a pancake. Pancake?
Lawn chair. Let's talk about the next game on the list. Vanderbilt at Alabama. Number 16 Vanderbilt goes to number 10 Alabama.
Give me Vandy.
I like Vandy in that as well. Here's another test for Virginia. Virginia at Louisville. Louisville is actually a 7.5 point favorite. I know that you're high on Virginia right now.
So are you.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping on Vandy. I am not sleeping on Vandy at all. It wouldn't surprise me if Vandy does what they did last year, if it could be Ole Miss and Vanderbilt in the SEC championship game.
Give me Virginia, but I think it's going to be close.
Okay.
I could see it being an overtime game.
After having Ohio State at home, Washington travels all the way to the other coast to play Maryland.
Give me Washington. If they play like they did against Ohio State, give me Washington. They were undefeated going into that game.
Mm-hmm. Another notable games. This one has been on my list all year. Michigan State at Nebraska.
Nebraska's favored by 10.5 points. It's in
Lincoln.
It's in Lincoln. Give me Nebraska, but I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Okay.
I don't think they cover that.
And then let's go down here to the number 3 Miami at number 18 Florida State. Duke Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee.
Give me Florida State just because they got embarrassed by Virginia. They're going to be angry. They're going to play angry. And if it's any indication of what happened in week 1 to where they played Alabama and everyone was like, they already counted us out. Give me Florida State to upset Miami.
All right, and then I'm going to go with the lowest spread out of all of them. Oregon State at Appalachian State, 1.5 points.
Give me App State.
You think, going to, what is that, Boone, North Carolina? Going to Boone, North Carolina, that's coast to coast. You think
Boom.
Oregon State gets upset?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions from the chat, guys?
We got Boise State going to Notre Dame.
Is that really a game, though?
Could be.
I think Marcus Freeman pulls Notre Dame in there, and I'm going to give 52-17.
I watched a movie. I don't know if I told you this. I don't know your opinions. I watched Rudy for the first time.
Good movie.
I thought it sucked. I've
never backhanded you on stream.
I liked the whole premise of the movie, but it just, that kid was just like, he had a lot of quit in him.
Yeah.
And then he'd just be like, Rudy, you're never gonna do this. Yes, I am. Okay. And then he's like, hey, Rudy, you're never gonna do this. I know. This is how the movie felt to me.
That's the underlying.
It's like, you're never gonna do... And then apparently, like, the real story, because that actually happened, they never got a sack.
He did get a sack. He was offsides.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. If you look at the footage from that game, he's offsides.
In the actual movie?
Yeah, he's offsides. No, in real life. If you look, because Notre Dame was one of the teams that were on the TV back then every weekend.
Huh.
If you look, he was lined up offsides. There's a whole thing. Yeah, was Rudy offsides? Rudy was offsides.
It says no.
Yeah, but he was lined up offsides. That's like the Chiefs defender when they're playing
Ford.
Yeah, when he was playing the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. Yeah, he was offsides. That was Rudy. That was Rudy right there.
Rudy was D Ford.
Yeah,
300 and something pound.
Well, no,
Defensive and nose tackle.
no.
Well, I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think that might be it. I want to thank you guys for joining us on our college football rambles for the last hour and 25 minutes. We appreciate you. Look in our description on our page for a Discord channel.
If you guys like the video, drop a like. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell because we're going full YouTuber here. So you know when we go live, you know when we post content. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, any games you want us to talk about, post that in the Discord. We read all of those. And we'll be back next week for more college football shenanigans.
TTFN.
TTFN?
Ta-ta for now.
Oh.
Are you not a Tigger fan? I can't even with you.
You guys have a fantastic rest of your night. We'll catch you on the next one.